welcome back to another episode of Late Reviews. We're giving you the reviews for the hottest TV shows and movies. Tonight we're covering the second to last episode of season 2 of The Last of Us. I'm sad we only got one more week after this, and then we're off. But tonight was our Nick Offerman episode. Not a lot of bussing or anything else, just a true emotional episode. So let's get into it. One of the things I noticed off rip when Joel was making the guitar for Ellie, not when he made the guitar, I'm sorry, when he played it for her birthday after he gave her the guitar, the song that he was singing was the song that Ellie started to sing in the last episode. Not the one where she sang like the whole thing, but when she started to on that stage for like a second, it's the same song. That shit hurt. That shit hurt.
I had a feeling. I was like, this song is memorable. Why am I not remembering it right now? But there it is. That was it.
Yeah, and when we saw it live too, like when she was singing it, because it was like If I Ever Were to Lose You, and I was thinking that was about like her singing that about Dina, but in reality it was her remembering Joel singing it to her for her birthday. That shit hurt big time. When they were walking through the forest and they saw the dinosaur and then went to the museum and saw all the stuff there, and you combine that with the rage that Ellie had during the last episode, it's crazy to me that people hate on her acting so much. I think she's doing such a good job of acting. Like you can see the faces of like amazement when she's like walking around like holy shit, or the rage when she was beating up Nora. Like I don't understand the hate for it. I think that she's killing it.
I fully agree with you. I don't think that she was necessarily getting hate for the acting out the role. I think it was more hate just for the look of the character.
Which is some shit she can't control at all.
Exactly.
But people are big mad because they're not attracted to a 19-year-old, and it's very weird. Like it's like,
yeah,
all right, yeah. Just because, I don't know. Yeah, just because she isn't appealing to you, you're all up in like you guys just said, it isn't her acting at all, because her acting is fantastic. Like we'll get into every scene of this episode. Like she was fully into it.
Oh yeah.
Regardless of her facial expressions, while they might be cringy at times, like she's doing a great job at acting.
I mean, she's like, I don't know. She's been a child most of this whole thing. This is a weird situation because it's like you're kind of getting some of the worst people of like video game fucking nerds versus like fucking TV motherfuckers, and everyone's like a bunch of Poindexters like, oh my god, she's ugly. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not thinking about that when I'm watching it. I'm sitting here like, wow, like she's killing this shit right now. Like I'm fully invested. I can feel her emotions while I'm watching this, which is it's very touching to me, especially in this episode.
I will say her with the helmet on, like some of the faces she was making were hilarious. Like
she was like
some of those free frames are gonna go crazy.
She was supposed to be like 16 at the time. I feel like she had like portrayed that like giddiness of a kid so well.
She did. No, that's exactly it. That's why it's not about the acting. Like it really isn't. Like people are all about her appearance.
Kind of along the lines of like the giddiness of being a kid. I love how different this is from so many other like zombie shows. The humanity and like fun that they're able to have is so much different from anything else. Like her jumping on a dinosaur and running around inside that shit, and like them going through a museum and stuff. Like you never get anything like that like with The Walking Dead. Like you know what I mean? Like you had Rick and Carl, and the whole time it was like trying to make sure Carl was always safe and like not going off and doing crazy shit. Like you never got to see Carl just doing kid shit, having a good time. So that was just something I thought about when she was playing on that dinosaur.
Yeah, and if he did, it was like super short lived because he got like reamed out for it, or or
a zombie started chasing him,
or he got in some shit because of it. Yeah, that part of it is nice that like and like Joel kind of cultivated the experience, right? He went and he greased up the solar system, like he prepped the spaceship, he let her go pick a helmet for her, like he had the audio recording ready for her, and they showed that on the post show. Like that was straight from the video game, and the director, when he saw it, was like, we need to just verbatim put this in there, because you do kind of feel that kid-like joy that she was feeling, and you kind of see like finally we get to see like her and Joel getting along again, and like that father-daughter relationship that we thought we were going to get a little bit of in this season, but like we got rudely awakened at the second episode that it was
Took
all
all
over.
the way till now before we finally got to see what the hell they were cooking up the whole break in between the seasons.
Yep.
It was and yeah, to kind of go along with that, it was crazy seeing the progression of like every year. So it's like, you know, the first year like she had like burned her arm and got the guitar, was listening to him sing. Second year they go to the museum and it's like they're having like, yeah, like you said, such a good relationship and so much fun. And every year shit's getting more real and more real and more real. And then you see her like what was on her 17th birthday, like trying to move out to the garage and them fighting, and you're getting more into that like that teenager like rebellious phase and stuff like that. The dad's still trying to be like, you know, like micromanage you like you're not like growing up. So it was crazy kind of seeing that
That
transition.
progression. Yeah, Joel
Yeah.
was like every white dad when he sees his daughter get a tattoo for the first time. He's like, "Hey, what the hell's going on?" And then like 4 hours later, he's like, after they like start to
Let's see
make
that
up, he's like
thing.
kicking rocks. He's like, "Let me see that thing." And he's like, "Actually, that's pretty cool. The design's really good." Like he's like all into it. After like all of my like girl friends, female friends in high school, like or college, like that was their dad's reaction. Just like freak out. All right, let me see it. All right, that's pretty cool after all. You know, like
Yeah. It's crazy too. So like as this is going on, like you see Ellie getting like older and more mature and more smart. So she's starting to figure shit out. It was like crazy seeing she had that list. She was like, all right, so this Firefly shit isn't adding up. Like, all right, if they were able to see us from a mile out, how did they not see the Raiders? If the Raiders came and killed everybody and you had to carry me, like, how did we make it out of there? So she's starting to put the pieces together, and still it took another, what, like 2 years before they actually had that conversation.
and props to you because that was exactly what you predicted. Was like she knows something's up, but she don't know what's up exactly. And I was kind of like, I think she like we were kind of both right a little bit. Like I think she knows more, and like we were kind of going back and forth that first week, like how much does she know? But she
Yeah.
really, it took a while for her to really piece it all together.
Well, that also proved that she wasn't upset at him for that, like throughout that whole time that they were fighting. It was all
Well,
the
kind
other
of.
things.
Well, kind of, because that's actually brings us into the next part. So, like, it's crazy that this happened on her birthday too. But we finally figured out the Eugene stuff. We all thought that was going to happen like this during a flashback. So they find him bitten, and he tells her, he's like, "I promise, like we'll bring him back." And then he sends her away, and he fucking greases Eugene, dog, on her birthday. That shit was fucked up. And then you can see how pissed Ellie is about it because she exposes him. Like, you know, he fucking told that nice story to Gail, and like she believed it. She gave Joel a hug, and then Ellie was like, "Nah, dog." Joel fucking put his ass down like a dog. I was like, "Holy shit!" But I feel like that.
I
feel
just
like
didn't see that coming.
Neither did
Sorry.
I. No, you're good. But I feel like that was like the breaking point, because it's like at that point, because Joel, before she went to get the horses, she turned and looked at him. He was like, "I promise." So at that moment, I feel like is when Ellie was like, "All right, I can't trust anything he says to me. Like his word means nothing." And so what I thought was that we figured out, was like that they were beefing the whole time over fucking, because it was 9 months later that the like New Year's happened.
Mm-hmm.
So they were beefing that whole time over the Eugene stuff. But then Nolan, to your point, I think she was starting to put together like, I already had these thoughts before. Now I know I can't trust him even when he says I promise. He probably greased these motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Well, and it was really when she saw like the way he told Gail what he told Gail, and she knew that was a lie. She was like, "Oh shit, you gave me that same fucking like look when you told me about the Raiders and all, like how we barely made it out." So now I know everything I was concerned about is true. Man.
Yeah.
And then
That's got to be crazy. Like if you already are like doubting if someone is telling you the truth or not about something, and then like you said, like to see them lie to somebody else and see how easy it is and how they're able just to like straight face it with no tell, and you're like, wow, they're probably fucking lying to me too. That's tough.
Yeah, and oof. Like to then go, I'll keep it pushing. Like to then we go to the next memory of they're at the ball and he's seeing her up close with Jesse, and the way she's just kind of like one of the bros with him. And then it's up there with Dina, and like the way you see Joel kind of perceive that and be like, kind of realize his daughter is gay, you know, like fully for like almost for the first time, like, oh wow, it wasn't just me catching her in her room once, like this is her. And then somebody tries to step in between that and like, you know, tries to ridicule your daughter, like the instinct of trying to protect her, all like when you already know like she just caught you in like all of the like the stress that has to be going through Joel in that moment when you know you just got caught by your daughter for lying and like in the most fucked up way. And then you get up there like you kind of understand why Joel just submitted after like she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you know, like he is at a loss at that point, like I have no clue what to do from here, you know.
Yeah, and kind of to your point with that, I thought that the callback, that the scene they showed at the beginning and then the callback to it after, of like him beefing with his dad, and his dad kind of like getting really emotional with him and being like, look man, like I'm doing the best I can fucking do, like I hope that I've been better than what my dad was to me, and I hope that when you have a kid, hopefully you'll be a little bit better than me. I'm like, I don't really know what I'm out here doing, like I'm trying my best. Like that was, like you said, he didn't really know what to do, but I feel like it was very emotional. And yeah, to kind of get onto the porch scene, they were both acting their asses off, man. That was very, very touching. Like
Yeah, that was a
the amount of
phenomenal scene.
like pain that you saw in Joel's eyes and the pain that you saw with her, and they're both crying and stuff like that. And when she was asking him the questions and he was like could barely answer, he was like yes, or just not in his head and stuff. It was like my fucking heart, bro. I'm getting I've got all the fucking feelings.
That was a tough scene to watch. Like, I mean, it really is like a symbol of kind of, I don't know, a lot of kids with their parent at a certain age, you kind of have these like come to Jesus moments. And they're always over something else or some different event, you know, but like you just kind of like learn and gain perspective. And as hard as it might be to hear some of those realities from your parents or from your kids, like it's like, all right, how do we move on from here, no matter how hard it is? And like that's family, right? And that was Ellie accepting at the end there, where she's like, I don't know if I can forgive you, but let's start that process, you know, like and obviously we know now that's their last real conversation that they ever had, but like that is the essence of what family is. And I think that was the message that the director and the writers were trying to send was, you know, you never know what you have until it's gone. And so always try to hear each other out and try to come together, you know, no matter how hard it is.
Yeah.
It was crazy too that, yeah, like you said, that she said like, I don't know if I can forgive you, but I want to try. And then next morning she woke up to go do patrol with him, and didn't see him again until he was
Didn't see him. He was out with Dina doing that fatherly checkup. Like, let me make sure this girl's good for my daughter.
Yo,
That's for real.
that is kind of a crazy thing I hadn't thought about, like that angle of it. And what's crazy too is that like Dina was low key like another daughter to him too. Like they showed that in like that first episode.
Yeah, he'd been looking out for her, I think, with unknowingly kind of like preparing both of them for what was going to happen, you know, when he was gone, which is awesome. That's the right guy you want doing that. Now, we'll see what Dina's intentions are probably in the next episode. But
still Team Dina. She still got that arrow in her knee. They didn't touch on her at all.
Man.
Yeah.
I guess the only scene that they showed was her walking down the wet street at the end.
I thought it was a really touching episode. One of my favorite episodes from the first season was the one with Nick Offerman, and it had nothing to do with the plot at all. It was just like a nice, like, emotional episode where you know, really just got to see life in the apocalypse and just kind of see how two people survive. And it was very, very touching. And I literally did not push the plot forward at all. And I was happy that we got something like that again this episode, or this season. Although this one actually significantly pushed the plot forward.
Yeah, it did kind of feel like at the beginning I was like, what are we getting out of this? And then I was
Right.
slowly, I was like, is this going to be like one of those Lincoln episodes where we're not going to get a whole lot of action and we're not going to get a whole lot of information? But we didn't get a ton of action, but we got a whole F ton of information. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah. That was
Everything
something that I thought that they were going to be sprinkling out like earlier in the season, but
I kind of thought they would be doing the same thing too, but I didn't mind the entire, like, let's fill them in now.
all the
And now
way
we're
at
going to
the
get
end.
hit with like everything next week.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
because they wanted us to guess the whole season, like, did she know about the Fireflies or not? And they built it up to the whole reveal where then she's like with Nora, and Nora tells her, like, almost as a last resort, like, do you know what he did? And she's like, yep. And then it's like, boom, here's the backstory. I like that reveal more than if like we already knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because that wonder of last week where we're like, oh, like you saw her, in the basement. Like that was such a sick scene. Like, you know what he did, right?
Yo, next episode is going to be gas. The teaser for that is crazy. It looks like it's going to be a lot of bussing.
They
A
have
lot of
so
bussing.
many loose ends to tie up, and they have such a big goal to kill so many people in this episode. It's like,
Well,
holy shit. And you got to get back safely. Like, they got a lot to fucking do here.
I think that, so from my understanding of this, from having not ever played the game, but the whole first season was one game, and then they did like a sequel game, and the whole second game I think is going to be divided amongst 2 seasons. So this season and then season 3 will be the second half of it. So this I think we're probably gonna get like heavy cliffhanger. Like we're probably gonna have a lot of shit happen, and then probably get a crazy ass cliffhanger that we gotta wait to see what happens. That'd be my guess at least.
Probably.
You're probably right with that.
It looked like this doesn't seem to make any sense to me based on the timeline that we have for Dina. It looked like in the little trailer that looked like they were trying to show her giving birth. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that too. That seemed a
No, you
little
know
too
what?
quick for me.
I bet what it is them removing the arrow. Because all they did was show like her
Probably.
top half like laying back and her like yelling. So it's probably them working on her leg. Now that I think about
That's
it.
going to be how they open the episode too, making you think that the baby's fucking popping out after a month.
She got a zombie Ellie baby somehow.
It's crazy. We're going to have her. We're going to have Jesse, Hurt, Dina, and Tommy. And they're probably all going to want to go back. And she's like, I came too far out here to go back like this. So I'm curious what's going to happen. You saw Jesse saying like in the prequel or the preview, he was like, I did not come out here to die.
Right. I forgot that Jesse was even there because we still haven't seen him yet.
And you know what else is going to make no, we haven't seen Tommy yet. We saw Jesse.
Oh, that's right. That's who I was thinking of, Tommy.
Yep. But I think what's going to be crazy is that like Jesse's probably going to find out that Dina's pregnant. Jesse's going to want to get his kid back. So that's going to even add more to it. Tommy's going to want to keep them safe and get back. Jesse's going to want to get his kid back. And it's going to be Ellie like, nah, like I need this fucking revenge, dog.
I need this blood.
Yeah. So yeah, what predictions do you guys have as we go toward the last episode?
I think we're gonna see, like, kind of like you're saying. I think we're gonna see Ellie infiltrate. I think Tommy is more than likely gonna go with her. You might see all 4 of them buckle down and like try to fight through, but I could see a reality where it ends up like her and Tommy alone, and Dina and Jesse heading back, trying to get me reinforcements, maybe. But I really think it's going to be the Ellie doing her best Joel impression from the end of season 1. Like, let me just go in here and like fuck shit up and kill everyone and bring them into my lair, like put them around infected. Like she's gonna pull some wild shit out of her ass, and she'll probably be in a big old predicament though going into season 3.
I agree.
I can guarantee that.
I don't think she's gonna get her hands on Abby. I don't think that's gonna happen. She might get it. Maybe that season ends with her getting a glimpse of her or something like that, or they come face to face. But I don't think we're gonna get that fight this soon.
No way. You don't think we're gonna get it at all? I think that it's gonna be Jesse and Ellie going in together, and I think Jesse's not going to make it out.
Fair.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Jesse died. I don't
Me
think they would
neither.
kill Tommy, but
That's what I was
Jesse
thinking.
died.
I don't think Tommy's going to go that fast. That'd be crazy to take out the two brothers like that in the same season. So,
And Tommy got a wife and kid at home.
right. Yeah.
All the
I
more
think...
reason to make us hate them for killing him.
Yeah.
Like make all your viewers that much more mad. Pull a Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
I did say that like last episode that I thought that this was gonna probably end with Jesse dying, but that'd be crazy for him to say like I didn't come all the way out here to die and then them fucking kill him.
That might have been the foreshadowing they were trying to send us, though. Honestly, that might have been it. Shit.
It looks like the shit's gonna heat up between the Scars and the fucking WLFs though. That looks like that's
Damn,
gonna
maybe
get popping.
maybe it is gonna be like, I'm sorry to cut you off, but like
you're
maybe
good.
it is gonna be Jesse being like, Tommy, take your back, go back to your kid. Like, you know the path the best. Like,
I'm a
get
Scar
Dina
now.
there, get Dina home the fastest, and then Jesse's gonna go fight with Ellie, and he's gonna promise Tommy that he's gonna keep Ellie safe, and then Jesse's gonna die. That feels like it could really happen.
I can't see Jesse leaving his baby or Tommy leaving Ellie though.
Fair. But
You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
Tommy does know the terrain the best. He's been there the longest. He's the leader. He has a kid and wife at home.
But to come out all the way out there to save his niece and then still leave
Yeah.
her out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm flopping. I'm waffling over here.
Yeah. You guys have any other thoughts for either this episode or the next episode?
No, I'm done rambling.
Anti-Dina.
Oh my god.
Team Dina.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Leave us a like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you back again tomorrow for a late review. Or late entry.
This is late review.
Yeah, I fucked it up.
All right, peace.
Peace.